So anyone who knows me even remotely well will know that I'm obsessed with films, and I thought I might as well put some film reviews on my YouTube channel, given that I have a blog where I do exactly that, which is charlieaitken97.wordpress.com for the interested. And I also just thought that I might as well have videos about stuff that I'm into. And one film that I saw fairly recently was Slumdog Millionaire. Now I know this isn't like the newest film in the world, but I quite liked it, so I thought I might as well talk about it as a starting point. One of the things that I liked about it most was how it all added up and it was all important, but there was always something else that would come up that would be equally important, but it would kind of annoy you in a way, but in a good way, because you'd be finding out what you originally wanted to know, but you'd never find out, or what you would never feel like you were going to find out this new bit, this new thing. So that was quite interesting how they managed to kind of really keep you into it right up until the end. It was like when you first see a trailer for a great film and you really want to see it, you still had that same feelings, those same feelings going on throughout the whole film itself, which I just found really clever. And they also did what I've experienced with a few films recently, is that they, when the film starts, unless you know a lot about the film and you've done loads of research about that film in particular, which I don't normally, I just research what's coming up, you won't know what's going on exactly at the beginning, which I personally didn't. I mean, I got the gist with Slumdog Millionaire, but I didn't know exactly what was going on, so that was a bit awkward, but also it was quite clever because, again, similar to what I said before, it kept you wanting to know what was going on, and it kept kind of promoting the film even while you were watching it, so it didn't even need to do it. It made it more kind of, I don't know how to put it. It made it more kind of intriguing, and it made you just keep wanting to watch it. And it was as if someone came in to the room while you were watching that film, because you were so into it, you would just have to stop the film, or you'd have to like tell them to be quiet or something, because it was so intriguing, almost like what was going to happen next. And it was kind of unpredictable in that sense, because you didn't know what else would come up as another plot twist, and there were so many, you just didn't know what was coming next. It was just insane. But because of all that, it was a fairly good film. I mean, I'd say maybe one kind of less than good thing about it was that it kind of, although it was intriguing because you found out these little bits of information that you wanted to find out, the story itself, the structure of the story itself, did follow the same pattern. Because the plot of the film is that this boy goes on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and he wins because he knows everything, all the answers based on what he's been through in his life, and it goes back to his life and those points in his life where you find out how he knew. But the thing is, it always kept to that pattern. It was like, next question, this is how he knew it. Next question, this is how he knew it. Next question, this is how he knew it. So even though in between that there were the odd bits, it did still stick to a very similar structure, which I suppose wasn't too bad, given that there was, as I said, new bits coming in quite often. But it was kind of similar, and towards the end it did very much feel like the right time for it to end, whereas I think with a particularly good film, you have to almost not want it to end because you liked it so much. But yeah, it was just I'm kind of on the fence with this one, really. I'd say I'd give it about 6 stars out of 10, maybe. Don't ask me why I rate it out of 10. That's just what IMDb's got me into the habit of doing. But if you want to read my blog, I'll put a link in the description, and to IMDb if you have no idea what that is and you've no idea what I'm talking about with that, and you're interested. But yeah, there'll be more film reviews coming, and as I said in my last video, loads of other stuff as well, so stay tuned for that.